If you've been paying attention to the track and field world over the previous few weeks, you'll know that we have seen some historic performances in many different events. In last week's Diamond League meeting in Paris, France, we saw various world records go down, and even though this was considered by many as the greatest track and field meeting so far in 2023, I think the Diamond League meeting in Oslo, Norway gives Paris a run for its money, because this competition brought forth so many great athletes, and literally in every single event, it was a non-stop thrill ride of greatness. In the women's 400 hurdles, we saw Femke Bol set the world lead. In the men's 400 meters, we saw the world record holder Wade van Niekerk make his first Diamond League appearance in 6 years to take the victory. And in the men's 1500, Jakob Ingebrigtsen made history by becoming one of only 6 athletes to dip under 3 minutes and 28 seconds. However, in my opinion, the absolute greatest event on this day was the men's 5,000 meters, because what we saw was just off the charts unbelievable. Competing in this race was a huge amount of talent, including Yomif Kejelcha, an athlete who's run under 12:50. We had Talihun Bekele. We had Joe Klecker, who's run under 13 minutes multiple times as well. We had Samuel Tefera from Ethiopia. And we also had Jacob Kiplimo, the world record holder in the half marathon, who has run a 12:48 over the 5,000 meters in the past. Now, right off the bat, the pace was already looking very strong through the opening 2 kilometers, as the lead pacer split a time of right around 5 minutes and 10 seconds. However, after the pacers up front dropped, we saw Jacob Kiplimo from Uganda make a huge push up front, and the greatness that we saw from this athlete after passing through 5 laps was just unbelievable. With just 6 laps remaining, we saw Jacob Kiplimo make a slow but strong push all the way to the finish line. For his 6th lap, he ran a split of 1 minute and 1 second. For his 7th lap, he ran a split of 1 minute and 3 seconds. For his 8th lap, he ran a split of 60 seconds flat. And for his 9th lap, he again hit a time of 60 seconds flat. Through 10 laps, which is also the 4,000 meter split, they hit a time of 10 minutes and 17 seconds. However, given that their previous kilometer was exactly 2 minutes and 30 seconds, they were definitely on sub 12:50 pace here. However, these final 3 laps were insane, and up front it was Yomif Kejelcha battling against Jacob Kiplimo. This final 800 meters was unbelievable. For the 11th lap, they split a time of 58.42 seconds, and over this final 400, these two were going back and forth for the victory. And down the home stretch, we saw one of the closest finishes of all time, and ultimately, Yomif Kejelcha took the victory with a time of 12 minutes, 41.73 seconds, and according to the finishing tape, Jacob Kiplimo ran the exact same time to the 100th of a second. However, upon deeper review, we saw that Yomif Kejelcha won by just 3 1,000ths of a second, which is way faster than the blink of an eye. It's faster than the snap of your fingers. It's virtually the shortest kind of time span that you could possibly imagine, and with the naked eye, nobody could tell who actually pulled out the victory here. And I also wanted to take a closer look at this finishing tape here. Now, if you zoom in, you can see that technically this line shows Yomif Kejelcha just slightly in the lead. But here's my issue here. You actually can't see the shoulder with which Jacob Kiplimo actually dipped with the most. So I'm thinking that perhaps his other shoulder might have gotten up even closer to Yomif Kejelcha. However, this is really just speculation. I'm really just wondering exactly how they saw this, because as you can see, these lines are so close, and yet they ultimately gave the victory to Kejelcha, and he certainly deserves this because this was a huge performance from this Ethiopian great, and he's already run well under 12:45 in the past. But with this time of 12:41.73, Yomif Kejelcha is now the 5th fastest 5,000 athlete of all time, and for Kiplimo, he now lands at number 6th by the smallest of margin behind Kejelcha. They certainly made a huge splash on the all-time list here, but I really wanted to take a closer look at some of the crazy splits that these two ran over the final few laps, because for the final 1,600 meters, or final 4 laps, they both ran a time of right around 3 minutes and 54 seconds, with splits of 60.18, 60.09, 58.42, and a blistering final 400 in 55.75. This final 1,600 meters is truly amazing, but what really made my mind completely melt was seeing that their final 2 kilometers was 4 minutes and 54 seconds. This kind of split would almost place them in the top 10 all-time for the open 2,000 meters. 4:54 is just ridiculously fast, and I am not sure if there's ever been a faster close in 5,000 meter history. I will challenge any of you guys to look this up right now. And also, they ran their final 800 meters in right around 1 minute and 53 seconds. This was easily one of the greatest 5,000 meter performances of all time, and I really am impressed with Yomif Kejelcha and Jacob Kiplimo. Now, in this race, we actually saw a total of 6 athletes dip under the 13-minute barrier, with Talihun Bekele running a time of 12:46, and Joe Klecker just barely outlasted Luis Grijalva from Guatemala, as Klecker finished in 12:56.59, and Luis Grijalva finished in 12:56.63. This was another incredible distance event that we saw in 2023, and from the 1,500 up to the 5,000, and hopefully the 10,000 meters as this year progresses, we are set to see some amazing performances, and the athletes that are running in these distance events are really setting some all-time standards. I'm not entirely sure what Jacob Kiplimo's plan is for the remainder of 2023. Of course, we know he's a half-marathon beast, but he is undeniably an amazing 5,000 meter athlete. I've always thought he could throw down an incredible 10,000 meters, and he does hold a personal record of 26 minutes and 33 seconds. However, I really think he could give that 26-minute barrier a true shot. But we'll see what happens in the future. Thanks for watching, everyone, and as always, until next time.